A lot of you guys ask me questions about what you need here in the Dominican Republic. So I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm just going to wait for you guys to hop on and get active. It is very early in the morning. Well, not very early in the morning. It's like around 8 o'clock in the morning, I would say. And I was just watching a little bit of the elections results, not results, but as things are going on, the progress, the process is a little different. Um, Watching it here from the Dominican Republic is a little different. But so there are a whole list of things that you guys will need to know before you move to the Dominican Republic. Or there may be some of you who are very similar to myself and you just up and move because you like it and you'll just figure out everything as you go along. That's what I did. I came here on vacation and realized that I love it. And I came here to edit my book for 2 weeks, but I ended up hanging out with people and getting to know everyone. And then shortly after, I actually started to just realize that this is a very simplistic place to live. 2 weeks later, I came back. And when I came back 2 weeks later, that's when I decided to move here. So for some of you, you love to prepare. You love to kind of create a way to get here in regards to how you're going to make your money, or if you're retired, how you're going to spend your money, or if you have a savings, how you're going to spend your money. A lot of you guys don't know that it is really easy just to get off the plane, rent a place, and live. And then make your way around the island. In your country, you have family that you have to say goodbye to. There's a lot going on in your life. So you do have to pre-plan. You can't just get off the plane and say, I'm here, right? So you do have to pre-plan, and I get that. But I'm just saying to you, for those of you who don't pre-plan and you just get here and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna go and see if I like it. If I like it, I'll stay. And if I don't, then I'll go to Thailand or to the Philippines or whatever. And a lot of you guys do that, and you guys make it work. So I just want to say kudos to you if that's your style. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much. So let me see, before I even get into what the one thing is that you do need here in the Dominican Republic when you move here, before I get into that, let me just kind of give you some updates on what I've been doing for the last few days. Some of you guys might have noticed that I went a little at least every day, at least. But for about 2 days, I went MIA. And actually, one of the days I went out with my buddy Sylvester and I videoed his 2 apartments, and it was awesome to video his apartments. He got them on his own, and both of them were really, really nice. I think 2 videos before this one. So this one will be top. It'll be 2 videos under this one. So a beautiful, beautiful apartment. But so I've been busy with him. Yesterday I stayed in the house for the whole day, just relaxed. Sylvester stayed at my house, not last night, but the night before. And it was nice because Sylvester is a lot like you guys. Somebody who I met as a viewer online, and we got, friendly, and we talk all the time via WhatsApp. I met him a year and a half ago. That's Hero in the background, sorry. Hero, no. Shh. He wants to come up. Hold on. Come here. Come here. You super. There we go. All right, guys. Here's Hero. He's loving the camera. Okay. He wants his hugs. All right, so and just in regards to news here in the Dominican Republic, the numbers of COVID are going down. A lot of you guys are asking as well about the airport, and right now there's absolutely nothing that I've been hearing. We are pretty much back to normal in regards to travel. So you won't need a corona test, like a COVID-19 test, to get into the country here. You did at one point, but not now. And yeah, where they'll just pick someone out of a lineup. But I'm assuming that that's probably a person who may look like they have a flu or something of that nature, even though the symptoms, you could be asymptomatic and you're not getting any symptoms at all. I don't know how they would do that. I guess they're just maybe targeting some people that do look like they have symptoms. I don't know. Maybe you can let us know in the comment section if you were one of those people who were randomly chosen. But apparently last month, out of all the people who were randomly chosen at the airport, everybody came up negative with the test. So that's very good news as well. We're still on curfew here. Curfew is still the same time. It is 9 o'clock on weekdays and it is 7 o'clock on weekends at night. So we get to go out 5 o'clock in the morning, but we have to be back in at 9 o'clock at night. So yes, let's see who's this. Can't put the glasses on really good with the braids. Rich's method. It's just random. Yes, what's random, honey? The testing at the airport? Yeah, I think they're just choosing. So, they're not just choosing someone that looks sick. Okay, yeah, it's just random. Yeah. But you know what? Speaking of coming here to the Dominican Republic, what you really do need is one thing, and that's a good mindset. You can't really come here with a negative mindset. A lot of you guys, let's see, Latin gaming, like the new hairstyle. Thank you. Riches, I got randomly, you got randomly profiled September 2nd. Then when I came back October 2nd, I did not get selected. Oh, Rich's method. You get here, you come a lot. You said September and October. Gee, you're living the dream. So good. You got randomly selected. Now, I have a question for you. When you got randomly selected, did you actually, you got the test and obviously it came back negative. And when you got selected, why did they select you? Like, were you walking with people? Were you doing social distancing? Or it was just random? I guess you wouldn't even know, right? Because you probably didn't ask. You probably just took the test. Okay, so one thing you guys do need is a good mindset when you come to the Dominican Republic. Some people, they'll want to leave wherever they are and they want to move here because they can see that the lifestyle is wonderful. But sometimes, we show all the beautiful flowers, show, I guess, when we are having low days ourselves. Who really wants to sit in front of a camera and be like, oh yeah, it's a depressing day today, right? I think a lot of the YouTubers here, very, very many of them that I know, some of them, I know quite a lot of YouTubers here, and I know a few of them do go through depression. I'm a spiritual cat, and I don't have a lot of the mindset that a lot of other people may have. I do a lot of meditation and self check every day. Like every morning I wake up, I meditate, and I have my own little routine. And I think it's really important to have that in order for you not to be sad in any part of the world. But here, a lot of people think that they're going to run from where they came from and everything's going to be perfect here. And not every day will be. Some days are going to be challenging. My challenges here have been not depression, but water and having to move a lot, just water issues all the time, and just issues with the plumbing. So that's been my challenge here. And so, I've learned now to choose places that don't have any plumbing issues. And in this new apartment that I'm in for the last month now, it has been amazing for me because it is in Los Charamicos, where I love, and it's easy for me to have a really good mindset here. I'm in Sosua, Los Charamicos. I'm a walk from the beach. And it's great just to be here and enjoy life. So when you guys do come here, you have to have a wonderful mindset. You can't let the little things get to you. There's going to be some lineups. There's going to be people that, may not be patient with you if you don't speak Spanish. If you do speak Spanish, then that's a bonus. But if you don't speak Spanish, you may get more frustrated than anyone else, because although a lot of the Dominicans here and Haitians and locals, they are very patient and very used to foreigners and tourists here that don't speak very well Spanish, very good Spanish. So you may get frustrated yourself at your own Spanish. You may be like, oh, I thought I could speak better Spanish than when I'm speaking here, and they don't understand me completely. But that's okay. Just keep speaking it. I do, you know that. And it's about just learning as you go along. Okay, here in the Dominican Republic, speaking of Spanish, there's something called Castellano. And so the Spanish here is a little bit different than the Spanish would be in Puerto Rico or around Brazil and other Spanish speaking countries around the world. So you will find some of the words are the same, and you will find that some of them are very different expressions. But don't worry about that. Just get here and have a positive mindset. There's going to be some days that things don't work out well at all, and you're going to get frustrated, and that's when you're going to say, oh, it's a third world country. But it's not. And that's when you really should say to yourself, it's a developing country, and I am developing with it. And that's all you have to do, is continue to develop with your surroundings. Try not to get frustrated by doing your homework a little bit on where you want to live. I would say that if you don't speak Spanish and you're a person that, just kind of wants to be in nature, then a good place for you to move would be here in La Mulata or Playa Laguna. Those are places where you're off on your own a little bit, but I'm gonna move to all the way out in the countryside where there's not going to be any expats, people who are foreigners, and it's only Spanish speaking. Because then you may find that your days are going to be really different, and you'll probably have a lot more negative days than you will positive days if you don't speak Spanish, because you will feel lost and alone. But if you're in a place here in Sosua, up in the mountainside, where there are other expats, where you can easily get around and get information, then I think it would be a better choice for you. Now, in terms of a positive mindset, let me give you an example of why a positive mindset is very important. I was in traffic the other day, and there was a gentleman. I was on a bike, and there was a gentleman, an older gentleman. He looked like he was here for quite a few years. You can tell the ones that have been here for quite a few years. And he was in his car, and there were some motor controls in front of him talking, and he had no clue what they were talking about, right? But I could see, because I was behind him, and I could see what was going on. One of the motor controls ran out of gas. And what happens here when first of all, a motor concho is somebody who uses their bike as a taxi cab kind of thing. It's a bike, it's a moto taxi. So one of them ran out of gas. So very often here is what will happen, and it's so beautiful if you take a moment to really take it in and ingest it. It's such a beautiful way of helping people. So one motor concho, or not even a motor concho, but somebody else in the road who has a bike, as they ride their own moto. You get what I mean? So their left foot, they will use to move the gears and everything. They'll use their hand to move the clutch, and they'll have both hands on both of the handlebars, but they'll use their right foot to push the other moto in order to get the moto to the gas station. And then that's it. They push the person to the gas station, and the person gets gas. And it's so beautiful. I even caught it on camera earlier, 2 years ago. I didn't take into consideration that there are two beautiful souls in front of him, and especially the person that was helping the other person. He didn't realize that in front of him, that other person ran out of gas. And perhaps they ran out of gas because they had no money to put gas in the first place. Perhaps they were on their way somewhere really important. This man in the car did not care. This foreigner did not care. He just, and this happens more often than not. And it's usually foreigners. When you hear a car honking, you look in that car, and chances are it's a foreigner that's just getting so frustrated with a local. And that doesn't make sense to me because this is the local's country. This is like he will yell at a Dominican in the street or she. But this one gentleman, he was honking his horn, and everyone was just kind of looking at him like, what is your problem? Like, what is your problem? Why are you creating this chaos here right now? And he was creating a lot of chaos, and he was creating a lot of negativity and anger, and everyone was just kind of staring at him, but it wasn't making his day any better, and it wasn't making things move any faster. And if anything, he distracted the two people in front of him, and he was angry. And at the end of the day, that's not going to do anything for anyone. You see, you have to have a positive mindset anywhere in the world in order for you to feel at peace with yourself, at one with yourself. Do not be affected by the environment around you. Do not be infected. Okay, at first I said affected. Now I'm saying do not be infected by the negativity either. You have to have a really good mindset about yourself when you move to the Dominican Republic. A lot of you guys get here and you have the most positive mindset when you get here. And you're happy. Every single day is awesome because you made the move. But then after you're here for a few months, you start to get a little bit testy. You start to get a little bit annoyed because you get used to the place. And then you start to, hold on one second. Would you lay down, sweetheart? Yeah? You want to get down? Careful. And you guys tend to get testy, negative. And the reason why is because the nostalgia has worn off. Now you're getting a little bit, not bored, but you want things to be like the Matrix, but you don't want to live in the Matrix. And that's quite common here. So you have to change your mindset quite a lot here. There was another vlogger, not in Sosua. She lives by Samana, let me say that. And, last year her family was going through something. And she messaged me and she said she wanted to move here to Cabarete. And also to like Playa Laguna and everything of that nature. And I said to her, just hold on a minute, be patient. And she was upset at her, at something going on outside of her house. Okay, so like her kids' school, right? There was a lot of negativity going on there, and it was taking a real toll on her, a real negative toll on her. And I said to her, listen, just be patient. This is not your country where you came from. And you have a very good place where you're living right now. And you can be the voice for that area. When a lot of people come here from around the world, with your YouTube channel, you can reach people and help them. So just help yourself right now by being patient. Whoa, she got back to me and left me a voice note on WhatsApp, cussing pretty much without saying the bad words. And it put a bad taste in my mouth, and I didn't really speak to her after that about anything. I just kind of checked her message and left it, right? Because that type of negativity, I stay away from. But when she came back at me, she was like, my life is not about a YouTube channel. My life is about my child. And I got that. And I said, yes, I know that. But what I'm saying is deflect all the negativity right now. Don't take it on. Right? There's going to be changes. Your child is going through school. I went through a lot of difficulties with my son when he was in school, and it was just off the wall, and that was in Canada, right? So imagine here in the Dominican Republic, you're going to have a few difficulties that you're going to have to get used to. But she wanted to pick up and move. And I said, it's no better. The grass is not greener on the other side. Whether it's here in the Dominican Republic or whether you live in Canada, America, Germany, Africa, Jamaica, the grass is not greener on the other side if you don't have a proper mindset. You have to have that mindset. The issue starts with you. There's always going to be challenges. Wow, there's a lot of challenges that go on here in the Dominican Republic as well. You know, you're going to find when you're trying to get your residencia, that's your residency, that there's going to be hoops that you're going to have to jump through. There's going to be certain things where challenges will arise, but those challenges are meant to make you stronger. They're meant to give you more knowledge, more information as you're going through things. I didn't want to move, not at all, but it taught me now to become a rent specialist. And I know now about apartments, and I know different areas, and you can tell me a certain landmark and I'll know where it's at because I've grown through my challenges. And that's what we have to do here in the Dominican Republic. Don't think that you're going to come here and everything's going to be rosy, because when you come here with the mindset of, oh yeah, the grass is greener on the other side, you're going to quickly start missing where you came from. And the reason why is because you're going to expect the same life, but a little bit better. That does happen. My life is way better here than it was in Canada. My life was amazing in Canada though. I wasn't running from anything in Canada. I loved it, right? But one thing you do have to realize here is you're going to have some challenges. So just back to this other woman, I mentioned to her, I said, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance to grow. Throw yourself into your work. Throw yourself into the challenge and live past the challenge. Don't just give up. And, she got back and she was like, eventually she did take my advice because she's still living in the same place and it's almost, 6 months later, I guess, right? So she's still in the same place and she's doing good. I'm pretty sure. She got past that challenge, but it was a very important challenge for her. And it was a challenging challenge. So you are going to find that every day when you wake up is not going to be sunny. There's going to be rainstorms. There's going to be maybe some internet issues every now and again. Maybe you'll meet somebody who you thought cared for you and ended up just needing you for something. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge. A lot of you men come here, and one thing that you will complain about are the ladies. You come here for the ladies, but then once you get here, you end up complaining about the ladies. Come with an open mind. Come with an open mindset. Don't come here just with an open pocket. Don't come here just with an open heart. Also come here with your mind open and willing to fill it with all the experiences that are brought to you. It's so important. Aside from moving experiences here, I've also had some relationship experiences. Relationships in the Dominican Republic are different than they are in Canada. If you are dating a foreigner or if you're dating somebody who is a local here, it's just a different mindset. Different things are needed. And also, if you're dating a foreigner, you have to make sure that they're not here for the locals, right? A lot of people are like, Cerise, how come you just don't date an American or a Canadian? And it's not that I wouldn't. It's just that first of all, I'm very attracted to the Dominican men. But second of all, a lot of the foreigners where I live, a lot of the foreigners come here for the women. And the women are very young and very fit and very willing to play. And I'm more of a serious cat when it comes to business. And I like to get out every now and again and check everyone out. The other day I went to a day party at the Tree House. And it was ladies get in free and the food was delicious. Treehouse has 2 locations for those of you who don't know. One is the old Palmares. It's the Palmares Hotel, Palmares. And it's the old Midtown. And I feel like I have a mosquito here somewhere, but I don't. And then, you know what it must be? Hair. No, this long hair. So, and then they also have another one on the beach. Their food is delicious. I went there and I met so many of you guys. Holy mackerel. So I just want to say shouts out to everyone. And, but yeah, when you do come here, please keep in mind always that you are going to face some challenges, whether they're challenges of the heart, whether they're challenges where you have to move, whether it's challenges of, you know, somebody that has bothered you. There's going to be a challenge that you will have to go through. So don't think everything is perfect, but it is close to it. It's a beautiful time here. If you have a positive mindset, you stay in your lane. Don't do any gossiping about anyone. Don't act up. You know, a lot of people, they mind everyone else's business. A lot of foreigners, they mind other people's business and they get involved in hearsay. And it's just not the most positive thing to do. Heard something over there. It's just not the most positive thing to do. So when we do get into that negative stink, it is important to create some type of a regimen for yourself, especially if you are working from home here, and especially if you feel like you need a break. You know, have a routine. Wake up in the morning, go to the beach, walk to the beach if you can, or not. If not, walk along your street. Get yourself a dog and walk your dog. That will get you out of the house very much. You know, Noche and Hero. Well, Hero doesn't really like to be walked. He likes to be carried. But Noche loves her walk. But I know that she has to get out for her walk. And then when I get out for my walk, I meet people and start talking and networking. And it's such an important thing to do. So yeah, get yourself a dog, especially if you're here alone. A dog will keep you comfortable and keep you company as well. There's a few other things that you will need while you're here besides a positive mindset, and that is going to be a solid income. You don't want to be here worried about money. You don't want to be here thinking, oh my gosh, you know, now you have to go back home and make some money and get back here. Try to think of an income that you can make while you're here. Create a service of some kind while you're here for people. Locals need services just as much as foreigners do. So if you are a foreigner and you have a service, promote it. Contact me. I'll come and sit down with you, and I charge to do a video $50 if you're not Dominican. If you are Dominican, the video is for free. And if you're a foreigner and you have a business, I'll sit down with you and we will do a whole entire hour video if that's what you like. And we will talk about your who, what, when, where, why, and how to promote you and help you get settled here. A lot of you guys are already making money online, and you know, you don't need to make money here, and that's perfect too. So you can come here with a balanced mindset, knowing that you can take care of yourself, pay the rent, pay your bills, and everything's cool. Speaking about paying bills, there's not a lot of overhead here. I pay, my bills here are my rent, my internet connection, and my food. Those guys are playing. And my food. My internet connection is $20 a month. My rent is 22,000 pesos, which is off the top of my head, I think it's like 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's like 440 bucks, I guess, right? 450 bucks. 2-bedroom, beautiful, just off the beach. So it is possible to come here and save money. It's possible to come here and make money. It is possible to come here and relax and just live your life. But you have to do it with the proper mindset. You can't come here running from something. You can't come here running away from negativity. Come here running to the beauty. Run to the excitement. Run to a new life. Don't come here with the mindset of, oh, I'm just going to let all that go in the past. The past is the past. Forget about the past. Don't even use that word. Just say, I am going to my future. I am preparing my future by listening to my gut and walking through this present process. And do that. Get yourself picked up. Okay, just dust yourself off, especially if you can come here right now. What are you waiting for? Don't wait. Get up and leave. That's it. I have so many Canadians right now contacting me, especially on WhatsApp. And some of them are like, oh, Cerise, I'm just waiting for the borders to open because we can only travel if it's for something important. And that's not true. You can still travel here. The only thing is you have to quarantine when you go back to Canada for 14 days. But if you're moving here, then why are you even thinking about going back to Canada? Be strong, be tough, think stronger, think deeply, and say to yourself, I'm getting my one-way ticket and I'm leaving Canada. Come here and quarantine for 14 days and relax and stay here. Right now, I'm trying to get my son here. My son is a construction worker. Hi, Terry. He's a construction worker in Canada. And I said to him, I said, come here for a couple of months. You know, right now he's waiting for the union to put him back into a job. And I said, come here for a couple of months. You need absolutely nothing here at all. I have you. And he knows that 100%. He's 25 years old. And before I moved here, him and I lived together. Although he was self-sufficient, self-maintained, because he was a construction worker when I came here, which was another reason why I could leave Canada so easily, because my son was in a very good position. Thank God, you know, and he always says to me, Mom, thank you, and I thank him. I always say, Tyree, thank you so much for being the man that you are, because I sleep so well. And my daughter as well, Nalisha, very smart girl, and I don't have to worry about her, you know, being with a man and being hurt or anything of that nature, because I took care of my things when I was in Canada. Like, I made sure that my kids had common sense and they knew what they were doing, and both of them have common sense. I sleep well. A lot of you guys may have kids you can't leave, you know, you can't leave them. You feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. Just start raising them better. Start raising them, and when I say better, what I mean is let them know that your life is your life, especially if they're in their 20s, right? You have to tell them to pack it up. They need to get it together. They need to learn how to hold it down. And you come here and prepare something for them. So that's what I did. I came here and I prepared something, and any of my children can come here. I have 2 children, so any of them can come here. My daughter's 31 and my son is 25. And my daughter is going to be 32 in November, in 3 days, 2 days, right? So, you know, they're pretty good kids, and they're not kids. But my son, I said to him just yesterday, I said, please come here. It's COVID, you know, just come here for my birthday. December 20th is my birthday, and then Christmas, and then we have New Year, and then we have Valentine's Day, and nothing is going to be celebrated around the world like it once was, like last year. So I said, please come here. You know I have your back. And the standard of living here is so wonderful, but the cost of living here is even better. He doesn't have to pay rent. I have a 2-bedroom. You know, I know he probably doesn't want to start living with mom again, and I understand that, but that's fine, because I can also help him out by getting him a beautiful apartment for $300 a month, and it's no problem for me to pay that for him while he's here at all, and he knows that. But he's like, no, Mom, I can't do that. You know, I'm independent, and when it's my time to visit, I will. So I haven't seen my children for 2.5 years. And is it tough? Absolutely. My mom, my family, the only family member that I've seen is my sister. Do I want to see them? 100%. Absolutely, I do. But it's more important for me to take care of me. You know, it's more important for me to set something up for all of them if they want to come here. And that's what I'm doing here. I came here with a positive mindset, ready to take on any challenge that I need to take on. And that's what I've been doing. Again, it is not easy every day. Some days are challenging. And my challenges here have been moving. Not people, not really anything negative. When I say challenges, I mean personal challenges. You may be battling your health. Your challenge may have to be going to the water every day in the salt water. Your challenge may be having to walk to the beach every day to get past that health problem. You may have to get to the beach and sit in the salt water and heal your body. Maybe your challenge is a relationship right now and you want to get past that. Everyone has a challenge, but you have to have a positive mindset with your challenge. The grass is not greener on the other side at all. That saying is very true. But it's also very important for when you are here to realize that you will get past your challenge very differently because the cost of living is a lot lower and the standard of living is a lot higher. And that will help you get past your challenges because you don't have the money issues that you would have back home. A lot of people here, they smile so much more and they are so much more happier than they would be where they come from because they're not paying $2,000 a month for rent and only making $3,000 a month. They're not living off credit cards. They're not living off, going to grocery stores and spending $200 a pop every time they go to the grocery store. Some people might be, depending on where they shop at, but I don't. My groceries are very, very cheap, very inexpensive. I have a few places that I shop at. Sometimes I'll order from the colmado here, the convenience store, because the convenience store is here. Meat eater, you can even order meat from the convenience store. You can order chicken. You can order 50 pesos chicken, which is a dollar, American dollar worth of chicken. Imagine at the colmados. You can't do that in the groceries. Well, you can do that in the grocery stores. You can go and order the meat at the counter, obviously at the deli counter, but very much similar here. When you order your water from the colmado, they deliver it to you. You can order one tomato, so it depends on you and your lifestyle. And you can also go to the grocery store, like I said, and buy international products, or you can just go to a grocery store itself that's a Dominican owned grocery store, and you can get a lot of other different products there as well. So really your groceries depends on where you shop and what you enjoy. If you enjoy fish, I love fish, and I live right here by a pier, by a port. I go down to that area and I buy tuna steaks, and I get about this much tuna steaks, and I pay like 500 pesos, which is $10, and they chop it up, they clean it, you give them 50 pesos to clean it for you, and it's beautiful. You save money. If your challenge is saving money, then start putting yourself on a budget. You'll always have a challenge in life, but the best thing is to have an open mind and a positive mindset. Wait for the challenge to come. And what is really important is how you take yourself through the challenge. Oh my gosh, the last challenge that I went through when it came to moving was very difficult. A lot of you guys know I was settled in Cabarete. I loved Cabarete at the moment, and I moved only to Cabarete for the apartment. Because my favorite place to live is where I'm at right now, Los Charamicos, in this neighborhood in Sosua, just overlooking the beach. It's my favorite neighborhood because restaurants and homes and stores and Dominican, very Dominican. And I love that. I moved here to be with the people, Charamicos. But I was living in Los Charamicos 4 months ago. And I was living in that place for a year and a half. I had that place for a year and a half. I moved around in other places, but that was my main place. And so I just paid the rent every month. It was like $120 that I paid every month, but I still moved around. So what happened was I decided that I was just gonna let that place go and sell all my furniture and give my furniture away as well. So I gave my stove away to a friend and a fridge and everything. Actually, no, I kept my fridge. And so I moved to the new place because it was overlooking the beach. It was so beautiful. But then challenge came, and I found out due to no ventilation, there was no fan, there was no air conditioner, and the only breeze that I had was a plug-in fan, and the place was just crashing in on itself. There was a lot of mold, and the challenge was my health. And I didn't even realize that I was going through a health challenge until I started to get very dizzy every day. The dizziness has stopped, by the way, guys. I would get dizzy. I couldn't sit up in bed. I just kept like, there were times I'd get out of bed to go use the washroom, you know, your nighttime pee, and I would fall back on the bed. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I went to the doctor. The doctor did a lot of blood tests, and we just couldn't figure out. It was mold in the house. It was lack of air and lack of ventilation. And then, not only that, I developed bacteria in my body and my breast. It just pretty much swelled. It went swollen, and I had to move and get out of there. I didn't even know I had mold until I did a video, and you guys told me, my viewers told me, because I was explaining to you guys about some fur, like this little kind of dust that was growing on a purse in the spare room closet. I didn't know it was mold, and it was like a fur on a leather purse. So I was like just explaining it to you guys, and I was like, okay guys, I want to show you guys this purse. So I went in the room, brought the purse out, showed it to you guys, and it was like a gray, it was supposed to be a black purse, but there was like a gray covering on it. And some of you guys were like, get out of there now, don't even sleep in there tonight. And I was so scared by that, and you guys were saying it was black mold. So I did some research on it and found out that there is such a thing called black mold, white mold, yellow mold, and all of it is dangerous. That next morning, I contacted the landlord for this apartment here because I had this apartment up for rent for one of you guys. And I wasn't thinking about moving back to Los Charamicos at that time at all. But when I contacted the landlord, I asked them if I could move here, and he said, absolutely. Cherry, he calls me Cherry because that's my name in English. He said, absolutely, Cherry, you can move here. Dizziness has stopped. It was a challenge though, because I did not want to move out of that apartment after just living there for 3 months. I was only living there for 3 months, and it wasn't my choice to move, but it was the universe's choice for me to move. And I think that was the most important thing, for me to listen, for me to follow my heart and not be pulverized, not be petrified by that challenge, but say to myself, okay, the universe is moving me again, and I need to listen, follow my heart, have an open mind and a positive mindset. And I did. I packed up that apartment, didn't have any help, packed up that apartment and called the guy who always moves me, and then he helped me move. And that was pretty much it. It was a challenge, and I had everything unpacked in my apartment here within a couple of hours because I didn't want that challenge to last any longer, so I dealt with it as quickly as I could. And now I'm very happy. Sometimes, it is to teach us. It really truly is to make us stronger. That old saying, what doesn't kill us will make us stronger, is so true. I know it sounds cliche, but it's so true. And a lot of you guys will come here thinking that your problems are going to be solved. Everything is going to be perfect. And although everything will be close to it, I can tell you that much. It will be wonderful when you do move here. You still have to have a positive mindset about yourself here. Things are a little different. Things are very different here than they would be in Canada, for instance. I can only speak for Canada, but things are very different here, but also very much the same. And it's just, I feel more freedom here. You know, they say that Canada is a great place to live and America is the land of the free, but I don't find so, not at all. I feel here is a lot more beautiful and free and open, and it's the way of life before politics took over. It's a way of life where you can still ask your neighbor for sugar. You can still ask your neighbor for milk. You can go to the store and get credit. Yes, you can go to the store here and get credit. I have a friend here, a Dominican friend, who owes 10,000 pesos right now in credit. That's $200. I've never heard of credit going that high ever around the world when it comes to a corner store. But yeah, credit. And I also learned a lot about credit here people getting credit when I had the Dime Carne for a little while, you know, that pig farm thing that I ventured into. And Gasper Hernandez, once they butchered the pig and everything and they had it for sale, they were like, the meat moved very quickly. And I was like, okay, that's great. So how much money was made on the meat? And they said, oh, the money didn't come yet. And I said, what do you mean the money didn't come yet? And they're like, well, people owe for it. They're going to pay it at the end of the month. I was like, okay. So everyone bought the meat on credit, and they pay as they can, right? So that's something here that's still from back in the day, and that I really love that people can go and get credit here. It's a lot different here than it is in Canada, in North America. When you come here, you need to have patience. You need to understand that even when you go to the hospital, it's a lot different. When you go to the doctor, it's a lot different. There's one thing that I really love about here, and it is WhatsApp. I can contact my doctor through WhatsApp voice note and just be like, hey, EPS is a place where you can deliver packages to your country or get packages delivered here to you from the internet, like from Amazon and stuff of that nature. I'm going to do a video on that in the next few days. EPS even has WhatsApp. A lot of you guys don't have WhatsApp, and it's one of the most important things that you need when you get here, and it will help you get past some of the challenges. A lot of you guys don't realize how important WhatsApp is. A lot of you guys are still contacting me through text message. And I can't return text here, by the way. So if you do text me and you don't get a text back, that's the reason why. But overall, get WhatsApp, and that will get you past a few challenges as well when you get here. Just really simple things that you really need to know. But your mind has to be in a positive frame, okay? Like, just think of your mind as a beautiful gem, and it is shining, and you're taking in all the positive and you're releasing all of the negative, and you are not going to allow yourself to get beat up and beat down by the environment around you just because things are a little different. You have to expect that things are going to be different no matter what. If you move from Nova Scotia, Canada to Toronto, downtown Canada, or from Nova Scotia to Ontario, there's going to be a huge change as well, even though both are in Canada, and you're going to find that there's going to be differences. I used to date a gentleman in a place called Port Perry in Ontario, and it is more of the countryside, I would say. And I'm a downtown Toronto chick. I was born in the city. I'm a city girl, and he just couldn't go. He couldn't go down to Toronto and drive. He couldn't handle it. The traffic was too much. It was too much of a challenge for him. And when he was downtown Toronto visiting me, we would like drive to a Jays game, for instance, or to a football game. And he would have to look for parking, and it would be crowded down there, right? Because we'd be getting there half an hour before the game starts, and then we had to stand in line for the game. And he would turn into a monster, a completely different person, because he couldn't handle the crowds and he could not handle the traffic. And he would constantly say how he hated Toronto. Why would he hate Toronto? Just because of the challenge he was going through? He's going to hate a whole downtown Toronto for that? I love Toronto. I love Canada. I didn't leave Canada because I didn't love it. I love it. But I wanted a different lifestyle. And so I'm here. I love the weather. If I told you I moved here only for the people and the weather, that would have been before. Now I'm seeing I moved for so much more, right? But so the challenge with this guy here, the guy that I was dating who used to leave Port Perry, come down to visit me in Toronto, the challenge with him was he turned me off every single time I saw how he would go through that challenge. And I said to him a few times, I was like, listen, you're coming downtown Toronto. You already know what it's going to be like. So prepare yourself. And he just couldn't do it for the life of him. He couldn't prepare himself for it. So he found out how to change that a little bit. And what did he do? he started to take the GO train down. The GO train is the Government of Ontario Transit. So it's like a beautiful, peaceful train, like a subway train. And so he would drive to the GO train station, and then he would get on the GO train, and then he would come, like he would go down to downtown Toronto, and then he would take a taxi cab to my apartment from the GO train station, which I thought was smart, and it was peaceful for him because when he would arrive, he would be happy, and he was the same person that he was that I would visit in Port Perry. So sometimes we just need to change the way we do things. Now, if you are here and you can't stand certain lineups, you can't stand certain traffic, then know how to get around it. Figure out a positive way to change that so you don't keep getting yourself into a rabbit hole of negativity. Okay, so that's the one thing that I think I have noticed here that is the make it or break it, the mindset. If you don't have a positive mindset here, if you are not prepared to deal with a certain way of life, then you're not going to make it as happy for yourself as what you could make it. And that's unfortunate because I see some people come here who are so impatient in America and Canada, and they come here and all of a sudden they are the most patient people. They're letting people in line, right? They're like, come on, no, you go ahead. I'm on retirement. And they've learned how to embrace the way of life. In Jamaica, they have this saying, "Me soon come." Means I'll be there soon, right? Me soon come. I'll be there soon. And in Canada, they do the same thing. Because where I was born and raised in Canada, downtown Toronto, there's a huge Jamaican community. So I was raised around a lot of Jamaicans, and they will say that even in Canada, "Me soon come." And there's no one soon coming. You know that, that here they have almost the same saying. I'll notice a lot of natives will be like, okay, yo voy ahora, right? I'm going now, but they're not going to get here now, right? I've had friends that are like, okay, yo voy, right? I go, ahora. I'll say, okay, cuando, when, ahora. Okay, so entonces, tú aquí en 15 minutos? Ah, sí, más o menos. Like, and so you'll be here in 15 minutes, and they'll be like, oh yeah, more or less. No, about an hour will pass. So be prepared for that. Definitely be prepared for, patience. Another thing that I always laugh at when I'm expecting somebody is the fact that I have now become that person where I'm like, okay, I'll be right there. Me soon come. And now I'm like, I'll take my time. I'm not as pressured as the way I once was when I was in Toronto and I would have to meet someone for 5 o'clock. I would be there at, 4:45, 15 minutes early, sometimes even 20 minutes earlier because I don't know, respect. But here, I get here, it's 5 o'clock, I'll be there at 5 o'clock. Like maybe 5 after 5. And I don't know why. It's just, I've learned how to just be calm and cool, and instead of arriving to my destination and doing nothing except waiting for someone, I now arrive to my destination on time and there is no waiting. I find that works for me. I love it. And as well, sometimes I've noticed my patients get really good here as well with the electricity. Lately, we've been having electricity issues here. Now, that's not to make you panic, because a lot of you guys are like, oh my gosh, electricity issues and outages, what are you going to do? There's people that have 24, they're called inverters, and you can buy one and just get it installed. And when the electricity goes out once a month on a Tuesday for an hour or so, your electricity will kick in, right? And that's just that. But I don't have an inverter here. And I might buy one. I don't know. I might buy one. They're like that. I might buy one. But the electricity doesn't go out enough for me to go and buy one. So, not right now anyway. But I've learned how to be patient with that. I can remember when the electricity first went out, when I first experienced it, I was like, oh, what's wrong? I thought the world was ending. I was like, oh my gosh. And the person who I was dating at the time said, oh, the loose, L-U-Z, the electricity, like the lights. And I was like, what about them? And he said, oh, they just went out. And he's like, what's today, Tuesday? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, it'll be back on. And that is it. A lot of you guys who come here, you know that it will be on a Tuesday. A lot of you guys who come here don't even know that actually. You're just finding that out now. The reason why is because you stay in places that have inverters, 24-hour electricity. And so the electricity might go, like turn out, but a minute later it's going to be right back on if you have an inverter. You won't even notice. So yeah, but here now, because my patience has really just rewired itself, I don't mind when the electricity goes out. The electricity went out the other night, actually, at around 7 o'clock at night, which was so different, so strange. And it wasn't on a Tuesday. It was, I think it was Saturday night or something of that nature, Sunday or Saturday. And I was so surprised. I was like, wow, the electricity went out during the evening. Must have been an actual out. I mean, to go back on until the next morning, because I didn't think that, the workmen would up and running with it like an hour. I was really surprised. And I was sitting in my bed ready to go to sleep early, right? Because my TV wasn't on. I didn't top up the internet on my cell phone. It was a weekend. I was just chill. And I had my 2 dogs. And I was like, okay, guys, we're going to sleep. But as soon as the electricity came back on, I was like obviously awake and watching TV kids, like around. If there's a lot of children, they'll go yay and clap when the electricity goes back on. So I love that. But yes, you just really need patience when you are here. And again, a positive mindset. A positive mindset will take you so far around the world. Start your positive mindset from now. If you are coming here and you're trying to prepare your trip and you're getting frustrated because you're not getting as much information as you need, or your flights keep getting rescheduled, just say to yourself, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, and it will pass. Everything is a temporary circumstance. Don't make it permanent. Imagine there's a gentleman who got into big problems because he hit another gentleman. So both of them are foreigners. And the one gentleman got angry at the other one, and neither one of them were patient with each other. They both got heated. They started to argue. All they needed to do was walk away from each other. That was it. They didn't bother walking away from each other. One just decided that he was going to hit the other. That created big problems. He allowed negativity. He allowed the negativity to override his positivity. And now he can't even leave the island because he's going through major issues with the courts. And, his mother is sick in the country that he comes from. He can't get to her. There's no way, because he has to deal with his legal issues here while he's here. And all he had to do was just be patient. All he had to do was have a positive mindset and just say to himself that that person doesn't pay his rent, that person doesn't pay his bills, that person doesn't buy his food, that person does nothing for him except make him feel frustrated at this moment. So why is he investing so much energy into that person? Walk away. You will find here too, and a lot of foreigners will fight with foreigners. And I see it all the time. And it's ridiculous because it doesn't make sense. You're here, different lifestyle. You're here, it's a different way of life. Do as the people do here. Sit back. Soon come. Joe boy, ahora. But, go now. But take your time and live life the way you want to live life. There is a beautiful way that you can live here. If you're the type of person, you love the countryside or you love the rivers. No, Hero. No. Hero wants to come back out. You love the countryside, you love the rivers, or you love the cottage type of lifestyle. Find that lifestyle. Find that area and go live there. Be with yourself. Center. Relax. You'll get the internet mostly all over the island, so you can go online, do your Facebook, look at your favorite YouTube videos, and do your research and your studying, and take a laptop with you and do a little playing around. If you've always wanted to be a writer, start writing. If you've always been wanted to be a painter, take some painting classes here. There, you can get almost everything here. Even if you've always wanted to be an artist, you can go on the beach and pay an artist to teach you how to create a masterpiece. Okay, there is something here for everyone in the Dominican Republic, whether it is east, south, north, or west. You will definitely find what you are looking for. But the main thing is for you to come here, again, I can't say it enough, with a positive mindset, patience, okay, open mind as well. And you can live a very good life and pay very good rent, or buy something that is very affordable, live your days here, do what I'm doing, and prepare something for your children's children's children. Yes, I'm preparing something for my grandchildren's grandchildren. I'm not fooling around here. I'm helping a lot of you guys get here. I build a lot of good karma because I do a lot of helping of people, and that's what I love doing. I love helping people. And when you are helping someone, there's always someone behind you helping you, or seeing something that will help lift you up. So, that's what I'm doing here. I'm preparing for my family. Now, not a lot of them have come. One of my sisters have come since I've been here, but that's okay. Well, my sister and her granddaughter, and that's okay. I know they're all going to make their way. Not many people are coming here right now anyway due to the world condition, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I have to get done. Every day I wake up with a plan. Every day I wake up, and it's just the way the Dominican Republic works. That's another thing. Expect interruptions, distractions. Just expect it all the time. There's nothing you can do about it. I've grown so accustomed to it that actually I look forward to it. I love it. I always wonder what the universe has planned for me each day. Today I have no plans at all. I'm staying in the house today. And I was supposed to go to breakfast at Rocky's with my friend Steven. I said to him either Tuesday or Wednesday, but I decided to do it Wednesday now. I still have to let him know. And I decided to do it Wednesday. And the reason why I decided to do it Wednesday is because tomorrow I am going. Tomorrow I do have plans. I'm Made from Energy is coming here tomorrow, all the way from Santo Domingo. And when she gets here, we are going to do a live to air with a whole lineup of people. We are going to do like a mini marathon in person. And so we're going to be doing it from Flip Flops. We're going to have Mr. T on the lineup. We're going to have Rico Toro on the lineup. And Gendry Acosta. We have a couple of other people who have not said that he was going to be traveling, but I heard different news now. I heard that he's quarantining now for 14 days because a friend of his has COVID. So he won't be in the lineup, but it's going to be awesome. And I invite you guys to join us. It's going to start tomorrow at around 1:30, 2 o'clock. But it's going to be lit. It's going to be live. And that's what my plans are for tomorrow. So in the morning, I'm going to go to a restaurant called Rocky's. A Canadian owns it. And I'm going to go do a little video on him because he closed down during COVID. He had no choice during the pandemic. And now he's reopening. And Stephen invited me there for breakfast. So I'm going there tomorrow. But my plans today are to stay in the house. And I don't know what I'm going to do aside from getting some work done on my laptop. I just have plans to cook some fish and to drink some coffee right here and watch the elections. I think that's a pretty cool day because tomorrow's going to be a really exciting day. And, that's what my day is today. But I have no clue, honestly, what might happen by 2 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know. I have so many people in town, YouTube viewers and also friends that are visiting, and someone may just come and pick me up and be like, Cerise, let's go for a bite to eat. or something. And of course, me, I'm spontaneous. I'd be like, okay, let's go. So that's the beautiful thing about the Dominican Republic as well. There will be so many different spontaneous things that you can do. And it is so beautiful to have so many things at your fingertips as well. So, guys, do not worry when you come here about anything. Just get here. Once you get here, life will unfold for itself. Sometimes life will unfold challenges. During those challenges, you need to find positive mindset and an open mind. Okay? And also, and be thankful for the challenges anywhere around the world. Be thankful for the challenges because they will always help you grow. Always. Yesterday, when I was speaking to my son, um, we had a conversation about just life, and he was like, Mom, life is about growth, and growth is life. I love that. It was just a beautiful little saying, and I was like, you know what, Tyree, I agree with you, sweetheart, 100%. You know, he's going through some challenges right now in Toronto, but he's embraced them. I was so worried about him, and I was like, T, I call him T, and I was like, T, I'm so worried right now, you know, and he's like, Mom, don't worry, you raised a really good son, you raised a man, and I love you so much, and I'm gonna make you proud. And I was like, no, just come here right away. Like, you know, it's the world's going through a pandemic. Get here and stay with me for 4 or 5 months. You have nothing to worry about. Like, he can just wake up every day and go to the beach if he wants to. Be with yourself, find yourself. You're 25 years old. You may never get another opportunity to do this. And he said, no, Mom, I'm an apprentice. He's an apprentice for construction. And he's like, no, he needs to stay, get that. He's in the union. He works for the union as well. Oh, he's a glazer. A glazer is someone that puts windows in. So there's a lot of construction going on in Toronto all the time. And he lives downtown Toronto. And so he lives a good life. And so I said to him, there's a lot of construction going on here in the Dominican Republic and Punta Cana and everything. You don't have to live with me. Like, you know, and he's like, Mom, I don't mind at all. Like, you have to realize that this is a challenge I need to go through. And I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. Although I want my little boy here with me and I want him to come here and just, you know, chill for a minute and find himself, he's finding himself all on his own. Because why? I raised him. I practice what I preach every single day of my life. I'm a soul coach, and I don't preach it all the time on my YouTube channel. If you guys look at my older videos, you'll see that a lot of it was, you know, soul coaching videos, which, you know, coaching a lot of you guys on how to get here and also, you know, just how to have a good life, peacefulness, mindfulness, meditation, stuff of that nature. I'm going to start doing some meditation on my terrace with you guys as well. So I do have the mindset to do that, but I haven't been pushing it really on my YouTube channel of late. For the last 2 years, I've been focused on you guys and the Dominican Republic and getting you guys here settled and happy and everything of that nature. But it's important for us to get past our challenges in life. And again, that's how I raised my kids. Not as fighters. I'm not saying you have to be a fighter, but what I'm saying is you have to be strong. You have to be a survivor. You have to know how to take a licking and keep on ticking. Oh my gosh, when my breast I had to get an operation here. Some of you don't know that. I had to get an operation last month on my breast. And with no freezing, the woman just did it right in the office. I cried on the motoconcho all the way there. I didn't tell you guys that. But all the way from Sosua to Puerto Plata, Bornegao hospital, I cried because I was scared. But I cried on my way to the hospital, knowing that she warned me the day before it's going to be painful. And she told me that she's going to be slicing my breast and squeezing out the infection and that, you know, it's going to be painful. I cried just at the thought of the pain. And I cried like a baby to the point where my motoconcho actually had to pull over. My motoconcho was Joel that day. And he pulled over and he's like, Cerise, todo bien? Like, everything good? And I said, yes, I need a moment to digest the fact that I'm going to be having surgery in like an hour. and I'm scared. I have no family here with me. I'm doing this all alone. And it was challenge. It was a challenge, but I got past it. And, the healing was a little bit of a challenge because I was on the wrong antibiotics and it wasn't clearing up the infection inside. For 5 days, I took antibiotics that were the wrong antibiotics. But I got past that challenge because I had to go back to the hospital and get blood tests and everything like that. And they put me on the right antibiotics. And I can't even tell I had a surgery today. My body's healed and I feel good. And now I'm focused on health a lot more than what I have ever been focused on health. So it was a wake up call for me. It was a challenge. And boy, oh boy, was it ever a challenge. I was scared. Thoughts of breast cancer went through my mind, everything. But it passed, like most things do in life, like most challenges do. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, it's been a month, almost a month that I had the surgery. Well, probably, yeah, it's been a month now, actually. Probably a couple of days ago was a month. And now, again, it has rewired my thinking when it comes to my health. And that's why I'm on this health kick now where I'm like, no. I don't want anything bad with my health. I'm 48 years old. I need to be doing a lot more yoga. I need to be doing a lot more walking. And I need to challenge myself to eat better and healthier. Okay, so a lot of the times when we go through challenges, we have to have a positive mindset, even though it might be hard. I didn't know what was going to happen in that surgery. I didn't know if I was going to pass out. I thought I was going to pass out when she was squeezing my breast. I never screamed so loud in my life. And at the same time, I was trying to hold in my scream so patients out in the hallway were not terrified as to what was happening in the room. Yeah, I was thinking about them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want them to be scared when they come into this office because they might be thinking this doctor is like a maniac, So I was trying to hold down my scream, try to stifle it at the same time. It was so much pain. And that was a challenge in and of itself, So just, we're always going to have challenges in life, but it's important for us to just go through them again with a positive mindset. Have rainbows and butterflies in our mentality and be mindful of everything passing. Okay, guys, so when you come to the Dominican Republic, expect things to be different, expect changes to happen, but don't worry about things and get angry if things aren't going your way. Just wait for things to pass. They always will, and they will start going your way. Trust me on that one. Let me see. Oh, Rich's method. So we're going to go right back to guys to coming here and what you need at the airport. And he says the blood tests, fingerprints, finger prick. No, there's no line or double line by the cell phone that tests your temperature. It flashes green when you pass temperature check. Person at those phones just randomly send. Okay, perfect. So when you guys are coming to the Dominican Republic and you want to know about the whole COVID thing coming in, it's totally fine. You may get picked random. Alpha says hello from NYC, New York in the house. Hey. Rich's method says people over to the nurse's table to get tested. I think they tend, okay. If they think you're not a returning Dominican. Okay. Mark, hey Mark, how are you? Mark, they have their own path, learning to let go. Ah, yes, Mark. You have to learn to let go. King Griff, 2.5 years. Yes, 2.5 years. They can't travel. 2.5 years. They can't travel. King Griff, can you explain a little bit more? Divine love, you inspire me so much. One day I will meet you in the DR. You look great. And thank you so much. And thank you. I'm getting used to the hairstyle. Probably get it done again, but next time I want thick ones. I used to get my hair braided a lot when I was a little girl. My mom used to be one of those moms that would always be braiding her daughter's hair. And all of us, because we're mixed race, we all have like really thick hair, curly hair. And so my mom had 4 daughters, but my older sister, she didn't have the thick hair. She had more straight hair. So my mom didn't have to brush her. braid her hair. But when I was born and my two younger sisters came along, our hair was really thick. And so my mom was constantly braiding. And she was one of those moms that she couldn't have your braids look messy. So as soon as they start to get messy and the hair starts to come out, and between here you can start seeing the new growth, she would immediately take our hair out. That would be one job. Taking the braids out is just amazing. Oh my gosh. That's one job in and of itself. But she'd have to shower us, like we'll wash our hair. That's one thing, get all the knots out, and that would hurt. And then she'd like hit our head and, like, be quiet, I'll give you something to cry for, type of thing. So I grew up with braids in my hair all my life. And then finally, once I got a little older and became a mom myself, I just lost interest in braids and never really got my hair braided again. It just wasn't my thing. But being here and seeing it everywhere and everything like that, I love a lot of the hairstyles and all that. So I was like, you know what, let me get it done. I was on the beach the other day and I've been wanting to get it done. So I paid a woman $25 for it. No, not $25, 1,500, 30 bucks. And it came with the hair, and she did the braids and everything. She put these little gold things in there as well. So I'm happy with it. Let me see here. Love them the long way. Alpha Lycan, what part of NYC are you from? Emily, sending love from the city of Mocha. Can we get a peek of little Hero? Oh, yes. Hero. Hero. Come on. Oh, here's Hero. Oh, Hero. Hero is a sweetheart. He is this true little hero. Here, and his ears, I'm so in love with his ears. Say hi, Hero. Come. He's a baby. He's such a sucky. Say hi to the camera. Come here, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Say hi. Hi, camera. There we go. Yeah, show them your ears. Show them these cute little ears you have going on. I hope they stay fluffy. Come here, Noach. Come on, honey. Come on up. Come on. There we go. Here's Noche. Here's Noche. Hold on. Hold on, Hero. Hero, don't jump. Here's Noche. Noche, show them your face. Come here. She sits on me like a little girl. There we go. Say hi, everyone. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Hi, everyone. Oh, yes, there's a good girl. Yes, Noche is a baby, too. Both of them love their hugs. You say hi to everybody? Yeah? She's a sweetheart. She's my best friend, seriously. If you guys are coming here to Dominican Republic and you're coming alone like I came alone, get yourself a dog, and it will keep someone to go to the beach with every day. And restaurants are dog friendly here. Not all of them, but most of them. You can take your dog in because most of the restaurants are open, right? Most of them are like tiki tents and everything. You want to get down? And so you can take your dog. Get yourself a dog, and you will have a more relaxed lifestyle. You'll have someone to chill with. Dog is a man's best friend, so they say, right? So yeah, that was Hero. He's something else. And Mocha. Hello, Mocha. I've never been in Mocha. Rich's Method. They're retired now. Rich's Method. Island time. Isla Tiempo. See, that's what it is. Oh, brother from another mother. I was just talking about you, Stephen. Dominican time is anytime. You would know because you live here pretty much. And Richard, I'm in Puerto Plata. If it goes out in my neighborhood, it's usually like 20-30 minutes, but I was born in a Caribbean country like Jamaica. So I just relax and sit on the balcony and I have a drink. Rich's Method. I like that. You are an awesome person. When the electricity goes out, you live in Puerto Plata. I would love to do a video with you someday. Or you jump on your phone and watch Cerise on YouTube. Oh, thank you. And we have Steve. Hey, Cerise, you're such a beautiful soul. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Riches. This is the most focused video and came at the right time in the morning. I'm loving it, Cerise. Morning rituals for peace, calm, and prosperity. Oh, thank you. I'm going to be doing more of these. Emily H, I adore your fur babies. Having a dog is so therapeutic. Emily, 100%. That is the word. That is the word. It's so therapeutic. When I got Hero, I wasn't expecting to get a second dog, as I did have two dogs here before. I had Noche and Dia. In English, that's night and day. Noche's black, night. Dia was like blonde. She was like this color, and that was like day. So I just named them Night and Day, Noche and Dia. Well, Dia passed away when she was just a tiny little thing. There was like a little puppy disease that was happening here, and she passed away. And if it wasn't for her, like I always say, she saved Noche's life, because she started to vomit and diarrhea and everything, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with her. And by the time we got her to the vet said there's nothing they could do for her. Absolutely nothing. Just take her home and let her die. And she died within like a few hours. She was sick for 3 days. And it was a Friday when she got sick, and like kind of like wobbly. Saturday, I was just watching her because I didn't know there was a puppy disease going on. Sunday, I got really worried because she was not eating and her behavior was completely different. But the vet was closed Sunday. So Monday morning, bam, we went and we took care of her, and it was too late for her to get that injection because once they start diarrhea, they're well on their way to dying. So she died in my arms, and that was difficult. And then Noche got the disease, the virus after, and because I knew what to do, I rushed Noche to the doctor. And Noche got it like 2 days later, 3 days later. I noticed her vomiting, and she wasn't normal. And I was like, wow. So I jumped on a motor concho, put her in my arms, got her to the doctor, and he injected her. And he said, if this doesn't work within 24 hours, you have to bring her back for another injection. And it didn't work. And I took her back for another injection, and she's fine now. She's my world here, really. And so when I got Hero, he needed me. I didn't need him. But now Noche and I both love him so much. Hero I had since he was 2 weeks old. I had to feed him from the bottle and everything like that. So he's a pretty good kid. He's a really cool guy. And we both love him. He has his own personality now. But in any case, this video is not about dogs, guys. This video is about being patient and open-minded here in the Dominican Republic. And Emily, Mocha is famous for mofongo and the best yuca. Hope you can visit. I love mofongo. Mofongo is my favorite. Well, I love mango, period. Like I just, for those of you who don't know what mango is and you're listening, it is boiled green banana, mashed up, very, very much like a potato substancey, like mashed really, really good. And you can put onions in it and stuff like that. But mofongo is mixed with you can put shrimp in it, you can put chicken in it and everything like that. And it comes in a really nice bundle like this. And sometimes you can get white cream on it. Oh, I love it. I didn't know that Mocha was the place to get it. I'm gonna check it out. And I love yuca. For those of you who don't know, yuca is cassava. Cassava grows here everywhere. Okay, guys. So I am going to sign out now. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Thank you so much for sharing some of your morning with me here, afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching this video. And I just want to say I love you so much. Please, I know a lot of you guys are visiting here. I do want to say sorry to a few people. A lot of you guys came out here. A lot of you guys booked your place to come out here, and you're coming out here now, but you booked your place in Cabarete thinking that that's where I was living, but I moved here back to Los Charamicos, and so some of you guys are staying out in Cabarete, and I just want to say sorry that I don't live there because I want to be close to you, and I know you guys want to be close to me as well, but don't worry about it because you can get on Uber, not Uber, you can get in a private car, public car, or private car. A private car is like a cab. You can get into a public car, you can get on the bus, you can take motoconcho. If you're really into it, you can walk from Cabarete to Sosua. So I just want to say, I love you. Thank you so much for always shouting out at me on WhatsApp. If you guys have any questions, give me a shout on WhatsApp. Please don't call because I'm always so busy. Even if it's a day where, like today, I plan to stay home, I'm still really busy getting things done. And so I could be like in the middle of writing something and then my phone rings. I won't answer the phone because I'm busy and I don't want too many distractions. So always leave me a WhatsApp and I will get back to you within a 24-hour period. WhatsApp, get WhatsApp on your cell phone. It is so important, especially if you're coming here. I don't know how some people survive without WhatsApp here. Only one time, one person told me they didn't have it, and he survived with Facebook Messenger on his cell phone, which is totally fine too. But that means you have to add everyone on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and everything like that. So it's a little different. And not only that, you might use your data from your own cell phone, from your own country. I would say get WhatsApp, and it's a free app. You can get it, and you can send videos. And the reason why I like it as well is because I can send you guys videos of apartments. I can send you guys photos of apartments, and I can also send you guys voice notes, which is very important because when I am very busy and I'm getting things done, sometimes I don't have time to be typing and everything like that. I can just leave a voice note for you really quickly. And you guys who have contacted me, you guys know that. So please get WhatsApp. It's one of the survival things that you need here if you're going to be close to the locals and like people that live here, and you just grab everyone's phone number, and everyone is so free with their phone number, right? They'll be like, yeah, here, take my WhatsApp, you know? So get on WhatsApp. When you message me, let me know what it is that you need, even if you don't need a service and you just want to reach out and say hi because you've been watching my videos and you come here already a lot on your own. Maybe you already have a place that you come to in the Dominican Republic and you just like to watch the videos. Still give me a shout out because you might have some information for me that I can share with other viewers. And yeah, if you have a property that you would like me to come along in video, let me know. I specialize in the North Coast here in Cabarete, Puerto Plata, and Sosua. So that's where I mainly am. But sometimes I can be convinced to go to Santo Domingo. Sometimes, and then I change my mind. I love it here so much in Sosua. Like this is where my home is in Los Charamicos. So, and a lot of you guys are moving here to Los Charamicos. I'm staying here. I mean, a lot of you guys are like wanting all the apartments around here and everything. And I think that is fabulous because you're breaking out of the tourist area in Albate and you are coming right here to Los Charamicos in the heart of the locals, and you are challenging yourself, and that is a huge open mind, I think, and that's a positive mindset because you're not scared, you're not worried, you know, you're like, you know what, you do it, right? And learn a little bit of Spanish and it will go a long way. I don't have very good Spanish right now. I do speak Spanish, but I can only get by. And it's been bothering me lately. It's been bothering me a lot because although I can get by, there are some words that I just don't know. And I put the sentence together by reading the words in front and the words in back, and then I understand what that word says afterwards. But I don't want to do that any longer. It's time for me to grow. in my language, and it's time for me to grow and the desire to learn more. When I first moved here, I was like, I don't want to learn a new language. You know, I don't need Spanish here. And you don't need Spanish here. You don't need Spanish to move here at all. But I wasn't open-minded about it. And I didn't even have a positive mindset about it, because I was just like, there's just no way I'm going to learn a new language. But eventually, hanging around people and, you know, having different friends that are locals that don't speak Spanish, I had to be more open-minded, and I had to be more positive and forward-thinking when it came to learning Spanish. And now I'm at the point where I've learned it, not all of it, like I said, and I don't have a strong grasp on it, but I can communicate and they can communicate with me, Spanish-speaking people, but I need more right now. And so it's important for me. It's one of the things that are really important for me. So I'm going to start getting more serious about my Spanish lessons and taking them, because I only took 2 Spanish lessons ever. I learned everything in the streets, and I speak very hood-like. My language is very, very raw. My Spanish is very raw, just very flat, very little expression. I can joke in Spanish and joke around, but that's just because I'm a joker anyway in real life, right? But I really need to start getting some Spanish lessons. So I'm going to start offering you guys as well distant Spanish lessons. Not from me, of course, but from my Spanish teacher. I already offer those to a lot of you guys who have time on your hands and you just want to learn, you know, Spanish. It's $100 a month, and you get 4 hours a week. So you get 4 days a week, and you get an hour each day for a month. $100 American. That's amazing, amazing deal. And the teacher will teach you on WhatsApp video. And he just puts the video in front, kind of like how I'm doing right here, right now with you guys. And you guys just take the lesson. You know, he starts it right away. He'll say, hi, how are you today? Okay, this is what I need you to do. And he will help you as you go along. It's a great process to learn Spanish, and plus he is Spanish than it is around the world. It's called Castellano. So there are different words, like dime. I think dime is one, or dígame. It means tell me. Like what? Tell me. Dime. It's very common if you're going down the street for someone to go dime, right? Like tell me, like what's up, like, or que lo que. Que lo que is what's up. You know, there's just different lingos, so to speak, that you could really benefit to learn. And a lot of you guys want to know the slang here as well. And I think that's important for you to know the slang. You know, like if someone says, how are you? You don't always say todo bien, right? You can say tranquilita, tranquilita, like I'm tranquil, you know, or tranquilito, like for guys. Tranquil, tranquila, tranquilo, right? And it means the exact same, tranquility, right? There's just so many different words that are slang here that I think would also help you live a lot more at peace and positive and open-minded as well. So if you want to learn your Spanish before you come, something I didn't do, and still doing here, if you want to learn your Spanish before you come, let me know. I can help you out with that. I think that's about it. I'm gonna go look at the updates for the elections now for you Americans and see what's happening in your world over in America. And I'm also going to do some promotions here. I'm creating some perks for you guys for my super chats, so I have a few perks for you guys on my channel. Where it says subscribe, it also says join. So if you guys click join, you'll see what perks I have available right now. I'm really excited about the perks for you guys because they are created around what you guys want and need, like consultation for relocation, and also questions that you guys might need answered before you move here. And I also have a really cool one that I just created for another YouTuber. His name is Benson, and he's in Cabarete, and he doesn't have enough subscribers right now to get monetized. So in order for him to make a few extra bucks during the pandemic, he's been promoting writing in the sand. And what he does is he goes for you guys and writes like happy birthday in the sand, or if you have a child that has a birthday coming up, or if you want to marry someone, propose to someone, or happy anniversary, anything. He will go write it in the sand for you and take a picture of it, a little video of it. That as a perk on my channel for him, so he can get paid and monetized before he's even monetized, as he doesn't have enough subscribers right now to get monetized. I think he's almost to 1,000. So I'm really excited for him. If you are somebody that's moving here and you need some advice, don't hesitate to contact me. Again, WhatsApp 829-702-7726. Alrighty guys, I'm heading out. Huge hugs, loads of love, and big blessings on your journey in life, whether you are coming here or not. Mwah.